from Portland International Raceway. Joe Samaniego here, Championship Saturday for USF Racing. We had all the champions here for a special press conference, and we got to ask each of them questions about their next step in the Road to Indy ladder system. Question for all three of you. You're all celebrating today championship. How soon do you start focusing on next year, on your next step of the ladder? And then what do you see as the biggest challenge next year? Is it the competition? Is it the tracks, the cars? What do you all anticipate for 2024?
Let's start with Nicolas down here. What do you expect for 2024 competition-wise as well?
Thank you for your question. Well, the biggest difference between the juniors and the 2000s are the tracks. We are going to run St. Pete, we're going to run Toronto, and also we're going to run Lucas Oil, which is an oval. So what I look forward most to are the ovals and the street courses, because they're going to be the main difference. From us graduating to 2000.
Simon, I've spent 4 years in this USF 2000 machine, so it's going to be a heartfelt goodbye to it. I've grown to love it so much, but I am really excited to get my hands on that Pro 2000 car. It's incredibly fast, and it's definitely going to be exciting. We have still one more race this weekend, so focus is still about securing that team championship perhaps, but as soon as that's over, we're looking to make that next step up. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just so thrilled to finally make the jump.
Myles, let's wrap up with you.
Yeah, I think the challenge is just adapting to every different situation. The races, they run different, the tires run different, the engine's different, competitors are different. It's just how you adapt and how fast you can, and your mental strength while doing so, how precise you can be. It's the same thing for every level. It just changes a bit, depending on which one you're going to. So I'll just do the same thing I did, in the past 2 years, and we'll see what I got.
Congratulations again on the championship. Now, one of the things you mentioned, you got an oval next year. What are your thoughts about entering an oval at Lucas Oil Speedway?
Man, I'm super excited, because finally I'm gonna have a taste of what it felt to drive an INDYCAR back when my father talked to me about the ovals. So I'm really excited to be inside the car in the ovals. We've got some testing there in October, and I can't wait.
Very excited to see you in the oval next year. Now, of course, you mentioned about your father. For a lot of the new fans, of course, open wheel racing, there was a car split and everything. What are your thoughts about continuing this journey? And you're here at Portland, one of the tracks that used to host the kart tracks races back then.
Well, I just had to thank Danny Anderson and the whole Anderson promotion crew, because I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be racing next year if it wasn't for them. We didn't have the whole budget to move up, so it's going to be a hell of a ride, I can tell you that, and I'm super excited to be racing again now in St. Pete, which is going to be awesome, Toronto, and I mean, we're going to be here next year, and it doesn't seem real.
Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations on your championship. You mentioned you were here for about 4 years. Was there ever a time where you were thinking like, okay, this is sort of where the ladder might come to a stop, or you just kept digging at it? Because we know sometimes it is hard to climb up to that next step of the ladder.
Every single day, you never know what's next, and there's no guarantee that this will ever last. Even as early as January this year, I was out of racing. I had nothing left, didn't have the money to keep going, and I had all but given up. And Augie Paps gave me a phone call and said, "Please come out to St. Pete. Let's do this first event. We'll see how it goes, and we'll try and put the season together." But without his support, I wouldn't be here. So every single day is a reminder of how fickle the sport is and how quickly things can turn. But we're just going to keep enjoying it while it lasts.
And one of the things you mentioned, a Herbie movie got you into essentially motorsports. And of course, the family. With your family, was this something where it's, okay, we're into motorsports, or were they always sort of a little bit involved, and that's what led to the Herbie movie?
No, there was no motorsports involvement in my family at all. My dad's a pilot by trade. He always wanted me to go flying. He'll still send me
send me flying stuff to this day, trying to get me to get in an airplane. But I was always hard stuck on going racing in cars. That was the love of mine. I wanted to be a little bit different, and racing's what I fell in love with from a very young age. It's just been a privilege to keep doing it as long as I have.
Enjoy the off season and best of luck to you in 2024.
Thank you so much.
Last year, Portland didn't exactly go great. When you were coming into this weekend, was it just a matter of just trying to put everything from last year behind and just focus on doing what you got to do this weekend?
Yeah, exactly, man. Just like that. Just being in the moment and being present and understanding what is the next step. What is the next step to the finish line, all the way down to the flight. What time to put on the suit. To be prepared in time. All the way down to how am I breaking each and every lap in the first and second races here that won me this championship. It was just about being in the moment and not thinking too far ahead, not overthinking, because sometimes that can weaken you. Thinking too much is just, you just have to trust your instincts and do. And that was what this weekend was about, and yeah, we succeeded in doing such.
And as you mentioned, looking at next year, Indy next, some stiff competition there. We got like Hunter, Rasmussen is looking at getting the championship currently. Jamie Chadwick's over there too. Is this something where it almost feels like a dream racing with such diverse drivers in the next potentially for next year?
Yeah, man. I always knew, when I was a kid, 12 years old, that I had, what it takes. It was just about finding the pathway, utilizing it, and executing. And today on 2nd September 2023, such was executed, and now it's time to go in the INDYCAR series and get even further along in the journey, and deliver for Roger Penske and Tim Cindric, Greg Penske, and just work, man. I'm here to work. I'm here to play the game. I'm just ready to cross many more finish lines and bring lots more hope and joy to those who support me, and those that fuel me.
Myles, congratulations once again, and have a great offseason. Looking forward to 2024.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you.
Now, of course, the big surprise, qualifying. Graham Rahal took the pole. A lot of people anticipated his teammate to take the pole. That did not happen. He is starting way towards the back. Christian's going to have to come a long way. Yuri Vips is right next to him. But Graham Rahal was feeling very excited. Here's what he had to say about having another pole this season.
To have the competitive fire again and to be able to push. I said to the guys this morning, the nice thing I had this morning with the car was very similar to Indy GP. When I pushed a little too hard or I requested a little too much of it, that it gave me something back. Most of the year that wasn't the case. You go past and try to roll an extra mile an hour or two, and the car simply couldn't take it. And this time around, it's nice that it could and that it can. And we had that at Indy. We've got that again here. I think our race car is going to be better than our qualifying car. I said that at Indy GP. I think we showed that. I think here we're in pretty good position. Obviously, it was nice to run the blacks. I think Firestone has done a good job here. The tire is very, very tricky, though. The red and the black, frankly, this big day. The peak is very, very early. I think reds after lap 2 are pretty well gone. But this morning, we decided not to run as many sets as most guys. I think everybody in the field except for the RLL cars used 2 sets of tires this morning, or some used 2 yesterday, 1 this morning. We used 1 per session, and we wanted to try to keep a set, and everything worked out today. So thank God for that. But we're excited for tomorrow, and hopefully we can get people ready to win. And man, it would just feel good after all these years and close calls to win again.
Now, of course, this all leads up to the race tomorrow, the BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland. Alex Palou is starting up in 3rd place. He is already at the advantage. If he could stay ahead of Scott Dixon, this championship is his, and he could walk away with another championship. Getting ready for Laguna Seca, just go out there, get another race win. And of course, we're going to be previewing that tomorrow on Grid Live pre-race for the BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland. 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. We got the entire crew there. We'll have some interviews from the drivers this past race weekend. And of course, pick a winner. Comment with who you think is going to win each of the races. You still have time for Formula 1, NASCAR, and MotoGP races this weekend. from Portland International Raceway, Joe Samaniego. See you next time.